Salem and her forces have been massively depleted here in the last couple volumes, with Adam Taurus dying while he wasn't technically a part of her forces. I would consider him to be kind of on her side, as well as Hazel dying and Watts dying, and losing Neo and Emerald to the other side. Kind of. Neo's not really on the other side, she just kind of fell into the dark pit, but she's definitely not going back to Salem. So today I want to talk about characters that we know in the show that could end up joining Salem's side and being extremely powerful foes for our main cast, and that could really spell disaster for Team RWBY and everybody else. So before I get into that, let me know, who do you think could join Salem's side and why? I want to understand you guys' opinions a little bit better, and to do that I need to know you guys' opinions. So let me know who you guys think could join Salem in the end, or join Salem just in his next volume. And with that, if you enjoy this video, leave a like, go ahead and hit that big red subscribe button for more content like this, and let's just get right into the video. So, I'm not gonna lie, I found some characters that I think will join Salem if they're able to. However, there's a very unlikely chance that most of these characters are going to be able to join Salem and power her up, I guess. But the first character I want to cover is somebody that we actually don't have any idea what they look like, I guess. We kind of know what they look like, but they're only in Before the Dawn, and that would be Jax Osturius. Now, it's very unlikely for Jax to join Salem for the simple fact that he's kind of in a vegetative state last we saw him, and we don't know if he's going to recover. However, I do believe that if he does recover, Salem would definitely want him on her side, as he is one of the most powerful people that we've seen in the series of RWBY so far, with his ability to mind control people. Now, the issue with Jax is he doesn't have enough aura to keep up his semblance, I guess. And the thing is, Salem can probably do the same thing that Ozpin has done before and give Jax powers like he did to the maidens. Now, Jax, I don't know how he would join Salem. I don't know how that would work out, but if he does end up surviving what he went through in Before the Dawn, I think that he could very well join Salem and be very troublesome for our main cast. So the next character I want to talk about is probably the character that is least likely to join Salem, and that would be Roman Torchwick. Now, Roman has a chance of joining Salem just because he was kind of on her side already, and if he did survive the Grimm eating him, which is very likely in my opinion, we don't know for sure if he's dead. I mean, there was an official death put out for him, but of course, if somebody is assumed dead, then there's going to be an official death for them, and the writers of RWBY want his comeback to be surprising, so of course they would say that his death is official. Now, if he did survive, the reason why it's very unlikely for him to join Salem is because of what happened to Neo. I mean, I don't see Torchwick joining Salem if he finds out what happened to Neo, but if he doesn't know what happened to Neo, I could see him very well joining Salem, and he is a very dangerous foe to see. Now, we don't know his semblance, but we do know that he's a very capable fighter, and he's able to keep up with a lot of people at the same time, even countering Blake and Sun at the same time at the warehouse by the docks, if I remember right. And Roman is by far one of the most charismatic characters in the series. He's able to completely convince a lot of people to just be under his command, and he's a very intelligent person, and he's very manipulative, and he's able to do a lot of stuff that we haven't seen from anybody else in the series. Now, Torchwick, again, very unlikely for him to join Salem, because even if he is alive, if he finds out what's happened to Neo, I don't see him joining her, but there is that slight possibility, so I figured I'd cover it. So, the third character I want to talk about is someone that we don't know their status currently, but if they are alive, I fully believe that they will join up with Salem, or she will figure out how to get them to join up with her, something along those lines. And that's going to be Doctor Merlot. Now, most people don't know about Doctor Merlot. He's kind of a character that we met in RWBY Grim Eclipse, which, while that's not a great game, in my opinion, it's like a decent game, but not great. I mean, he's a really good villain when it comes down to it. He's really good, he's really intelligent. His whole motivation for what he's doing is very good, in my opinion. But, I don't know, the way he goes about certain things is just not the way that you would think that a person with his mindset would be going about it. So I fully believe that if he survived what happened at the end of Grim Eclipse, I'm not going to spoil it just in case you guys want to play it and haven't finished it yet. If he did survive, however, I think he will join up with Salem, and it'd be really awesome to see Doctor Merlot in the actual series of RWBY, to know that he's actually canon, and get to see him interact with other characters in the story. Say, if he interacts with Team RWBY after what happened, then we'll see him and how he reacts to that. It'd be a really interesting turn of events, and I'd love to see Dr. Merlot join Salem at some point in the future if he did survive. The next person I want to talk about is someone that's got a decent chance of joining Salem if she did survive. Now, this is somebody that I don't know her full motivations. I didn't really understand her a lot in After the Fall and Before the Dawn, and that would be Carmine Esclados. Now, that is if she survived the cave-in where Velvet and Octavia collapsed the cave and almost killed Gil and Carmen and everybody else that was there. Now, if Carmen did survive that, there's a very good chance that because she wants revenge on Team Coffee, everybody that was there that helped with the cave-in, that she could very well end up going for revenge and joining Salem in her side. And we learned from Bertolak that she probably didn't die in the cave-in because he doesn't believe that she would die that easily. And if she goes off on her own, it's very likely that Salem will find her and pick her up and get her to join her side. And I would love to see Carmen animated and fight against, say, RWBY, or people from Team RWBY, or Juniper, something along those lines. I'd love to see Carmen just join the fray on Salem's side, and that would be super awesome because she is a super skilled huntress. And I, again, would just love to see her animated and see her fighting against Team RWBY and the rest of the main cast. Now, the next character I want to talk about is probably my least favorite that I'm going to talk about today, and that would be Little Miss Malachi. Now, I hate her. I really don't like her, but that's kind of how you're supposed to feel about her, so I think she's a good character, and I'd love to see her join Salem, because that underground network that she has going on for her would be super beneficial to Salem, especially in Vacuo, with being able to get Tyrion and Mercury to probably infiltrate Shade Academy, and just overall work with more huntsmen and be able to convince more huntsmen to join her cause, which would lead to Shade and Vacuo as a kingdom just falling, and eventually Team RWBY and friends going back to Vale, to Beacon, where they would probably reveal the fourth relic and so on. But I think what would be really cool with Little Miss Malachi is if she did join Salem and used her underground networking to get one of the main cast killed, say Nora, Ren, Jean, someone from Team Coffee, Team Sun. I mean, it'd be really interesting to see how that would play out and how Team RWBY would react to that, and what they would do to get revenge on Little Miss Malachi, and what they would do to get revenge on Salem. And I would just really like to see Little Miss Malachi join up with Salem, and I think this is probably the most likely outcome, as she is a villain in the board game. I don't remember what the board game's called, but we do see her as a villain in the board game, and we are going to see more of her in the series, hopefully. If not, then she was kind of just a waste of a character. And I would just, again, really like to see her join forces with Salem and see how that underground networking would work in Salem's favor, and how she would then bring down Shade Academy and Vacuo and everything surrounding Vacuo. Now, that is going to wrap it up for this video, but before you guys click off this video, I want to know, who do you guys think could join Salem? And give me some ideas for characters that could be brand new that could join Salem, such as characters that are like Talk, because we know Talk was originally from Salem's inner faction. Now, again, if you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave a like, go ahead and hit that big red subscribe button for more content like this, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.